In Parashat Ki Tavo, this week's Torah portion, amongst other things, we are told about the blessings and the curses that will befall upon us if we're good boys and girls or naughty boys and girls. And you know, this reminds us of something, right? A few in Vayikra and Bechukotai, we also had blessings and curses, and so the natural question is, what is the difference, if at all? In fact, this week's Torah portion even tells us that after we told about the blessings and curses, we're told they are different. So what's the difference? So the first obvious difference, if you were to compare the blessings and curses in Bechukotai with the blessings and curses in Ki Tavo, is that in Ki Tavo it is spoken to the individual, to each and every one of us, which is very fitting for Chodesh Elul, the month of Elul, whereas in Bechukotai the language is to the plural, to Klal Am Yisrael. What is going to happen to all of us as a nation if we behave or if we misbehave, whereas here God is talking to each and every one of us, what is going to happen if each and every one of us behave or misbehave. But there is another difference, and it is a striking difference. In Bechukotai, you might recall, there is a lack of balance between the good news and the bad news, the blessings and the curses. While the curses were all very natural, you know, there's going to be famine, you're going to be kicked out, the usual story of banished from our land, natural punishments that happen in history. The good news, the blessings, were all post-apocalyptic days of Messiah kind of things, like, you know, bears and lions, you know, won't bite you, and you'll have the super strength, and all these, you know, abnormal things. And it seemed, you know, unfair. And we learned from then that it comes to teach us that God, no matter how much we misbehave, God will never let go of the covenant. You know, He'll keep the covenant with us until we behave together, united, and then we'll reach those, you know, beautiful days. In this week's Torah portion, Ki Tavo, there is an exact opposite. If we behave individually, the blessings are all natural, like the curses to all of Israel. There'll be rain, there won't be famine, we'll be healthy, everything will be great. And that's great news for us, right? Because we're all individuals. So if we all behave, then great. We're going to get blessings, you know, in our little histories in our lives in the year to come. However, if we misbehave, the curses are very unnatural. They are very nasty. They are completely disproportionate to the blessings. If the blessings are having a good life, then the curses are not having a bad life. It's having a horrific life. I'll just give you one example. Imagine one day life gets so bad that we look at ourselves in the mirror and we do not recognize who we are looking at. Not mentally, not physically. We have sunk so low. What could be scarier? Looking in the mirror, you don't know who you're talking about. So what's going on here? How do we explain this you know, stark difference between the disproportion between blessings and curses to all of the Israelites, where the, you know, curses are all natural punishments, historic punishments, and the blessings are, you know, post-apocalyptic. Whereas here, when we're talking to the individual, they're the exact opposite. The blessings are all very natural, and that's great. However, the curses are disproportionately horrific. I think what this comes perhaps to teach us, something that my mum always says, is that life is never static, right? There is no such thing as this. And when you think about it, what the Torah portion is telling you is that there is no middle path. That's the truth. If you think you're going in the middle, you're going to fall. If we're not trying to go up, if we're not trying to improve, especially in this month of Elul, we are going down. And going down, there is no bottom to the bottomless pit. And that's why I think we are given the system of either blessings or curses. There is no just life's going to be okay for an Am Skula, for a Jewish people, and perhaps for anyone. And I think what this teaches us more than anything, that for the individual, especially at this time of year, we always need to think of how we can climb up towards those blessings, because if not, we are going to fall down to the curses. May we have a year full of blessings and improvement. Shabbat Shalom.